Hi everybody, Mags here, and I am back with my second Crochet with Me Stitches video today. This is actually the second version of that video. This I'm going to be using UK terminology only. I had been using both terminology for all of my videos, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought saying them both at the same time might confuse somebody. So I'm still catering to both the US and the UK terminologies. I'm just doing them separately. That way you don't have to listen to the other one if you don't like it. But you can still do my videos. And this stitch is called the iris stitch. It's another play on the shell or fan stitching, and it's also kind of like the rope stitch, which I will do at on a later day. It's extremely simple to use. You're just using chain stitching and treble crochet. I am using a size H hook and light blue Red Heart Super Saver yarn. Now, depending on how you actually do your how you start your rows, if you start it using just a chain stitch as your first stitch, where you chain up, if that counts as your first stitch, you're going to do this a little bit differently than I am, but I will tell you about that as we go. I modify this a little bit. Okay, so the first thing that it says is that this is done in multiples of 4. So I'm going to chain 24 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, if you're going to use a chain stitch as your first treble crochet for this pattern, you would just add 3 extra chains and work straight into your 5th chain from your hook, because that would count as your first double crochet and a skip one. If you're doing what I'm doing and actually making your first treble crochet, you will add 4 chain stitch. So if you're using the chain stitch as your first treble crochet, only chain up an extra 3. If you're making your first treble crochet like I am, chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now going straight into it, for those that are following along with me, you would do 1 treble crochet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, into that 4th chain from the hook. You'll do 1 treble crochet, like that. Now, if you only chained up an extra 3, you will work, we are going to skip 1 stitch. You will do this next cluster in the 4th chain, no, I'm sorry, in the 5th chain from your hook. Those that did with me, we are skipping this chain and going straight into this one and doing 2 treble crochet, chain 1, and then 2 more treble crochet in the same stitch. And that is our first shell. Well, now we are skipping over, and we're skipping 3 and going straight into the 4th chain from 4th chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going into the 4th chain and doing the same thing. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, and then 2 more treble crochet. like that. Again, we're skipping over 3 and going into our 4th chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, we're skipping and going into the 4th one. Doing the same thing. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, into that same stitch, 2 more treble crochet. There we go. Should have 3. Wrap your yarn over your hook. Skip 3, go into the 4th chain. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're doing 2 treble crochet. Chain 1. And then 2 more. Oops, dropping it. Okay, there we go. Treble crochet. There we go. Yarn over. And do the same thing again. Skip 3, go into the 4th chain from, skip 3 more chains and go into the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're doing 2 treble crochet. There's 1, 2, chain 1, and then 2 more treble crochet. There we go. And now we're going to be doing our last shell. Now if you cover up the first 2 stitches from the slip knot, there should only be 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So we're going into that 4th stitch and doing 2 treble crochet, chain 1, 2 treble crochet. Sorry about that, I moved my camera again. Okay, now back here at the beginning, if you added only 3 extra chains and counting that chain as your first treble crochet, you went into the 5th chain from your hook and did your first cluster of 2 treble, chain 1, 2 more treble. Because the 3 counted and then the 4th was your skip. If you did like I did, you added 4 chains, did 1 treble crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and skipped 1 chain stitch and then went into this. So back here at the end, it's the same thing. You have 2 chains left, you're skipping 1 and doing 1 treble into this last stitch. Like that. Now, row 2, you just repeat until it is as long as you want. Whether you want it 5 inches or 5 feet. Come on. Focus on my yarn. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so now if you are counting your chain as your first stitch to chain up, you would chain up 1, 2, 3, and then just wait for just 1 second. If you're doing like I am, go ahead and turn your work, wrap your yarn around your hook, and go into this first stitch and do 1 treble crochet. Yarn over, and then we're going to skip these 2 and go straight into this chain 1 space of this shell and do the same thing. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, and then 2 more treble crochet. And then from there, you're going to put your yarn over your hook, skip all the way over here to this next one into that chain 1 space, and do the same thing. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, and then 2 treble crochet. Yarn over, skip all the way over to the next chain space in your next shell. Same thing. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, 2 more treble crochet. All right there in that chain 1 space. Skip over to the next shell. Same thing. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, 2 treble crochet, all right there in that chain 1 space. There we go. Skip over to your next shell and into that chain 1 space. 2 treble crochet, chain 1, 2 treble crochet, oops, I just split my yarn. Okay, so I had to pull out 1, so we have 2 treble crochet, chain 1, 1 treble crochet. We're going to do 1 more. Yarn over, skip over here to the next fan or shell, whichever one you want to call it, and do 2 treble crochet into that chain 1 space, chain 1, and then do 2 more treble crochet into that space. And then if you started your foundation row with the 3 chain stitches, go into that 3rd chain stitch at the very top and do 1 treble crochet, or if you did like I did and started by making your treble crochet, go into the top of that and do 1 treble, and that is the end of row 2. That is what she looks like. And all you have to do from here is just repeat row 2 the same way you did that one, over and over and over and over again, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this week's 2 episodes of Crochet With Me Stitches. I will be doing all of my Crochet With Me stitches like this, where I'll be doing 2 of the same exact stitch. One where I'm using US terminology only, another one like this where I'm using UK terminology only. I was fortunate enough to have learned both, so I figure I will help both who want to learn how to do the stitches that I do. And I guess until next week and the next Crochet With Me stitches, happy hooking!